Alright, so in today's video, according to Pat Riley, LeBron always will have a place on the Miami Heat. So let's talk about this. Now, the Miami Heat recently got destroyed by the Milwaukee Bucks, swept in 4 games. The first game was competitive, but after that first game, they just got annihilated and destroyed by Giannis and the Bucks. So shouts out to the Bucks again. Good luck against the Knicks in the second round. But as far as the Miami Heat go, they just got destroyed, and Pat Riley is talking about LeBron. If he wants to come back, we'll always have him. And I'm like, yeah, but like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, the Miami Heat, all right? Their focus right now should not be on getting someone like LeBron James, okay? The roster that the Miami Heat have right now, they have a mixture of old talent and young talent. You have Jimmy Butler, who's an older guy, but then at the same time, you have Tyler Hero, who is a younger guy. So, and I could keep going on with the other guys, how Bam's a young guy and Dragic is an older guy. They have a mixture of young talent, older talent. But I feel like the Heat's focus right now should not be on trying to attract someone like LeBron James. In my opinion, they should be focusing on getting more role players on this squad because in the playoffs, why did the Bucks handily, and I mean handily, defeat the Miami Heat? It's not because Giannis was being the spectacular, like he was being spectacular, but it wasn't because of Giannis. It wasn't because of Chris Middleton necessarily. It was because the Bucks have built depth, okay? They built a squad that can help Giannis, they can help Chris Middleton, and help those guys facilitate. They got guys who can shoot the ball, who can play defense, who can rebound the ball. That's what they focused on in the offseason. After last year when they got beat in the playoffs, that's what the Bucks did. They focused on getting role players who complement their stars. So what I feel like the Heat should do, they should not be focused on, saying things like, oh, LeBron, if you want to come back, we'll have you. No, you need to be focusing on your team, getting more role players on your squad. Trevor Ariza, I liked him when he was on the Rockets a few years ago, but Trevor Ariza is not the same player that he was back then, okay? Trevor Ariza is not the modern day perfect role player that you need on the squad. I'm sorry, it's just not the case. You need someone a bit more younger than Trevor is, someone who's better on defense than Trevor is, someone who can hit more threes than Trevor is. I'm sorry, I like Trevor Ariza, but the type of player that he is at this point in his career is not the type of role player that you need, okay? And also, how would they afford to pay for LeBron James? Because when you look at their roster, they pay Butler, they pay Dragic. In a few years, they're going to have to pay Bam. They're going to have to pay Tyler Hero. They just paid Kendrick Nunn. Like, where's the money going to come from to be able to afford someone like LeBron James? I don't know. I really don't see it. But as far as I can see, looking at their squad, the Miami Heat will not have the money to get someone like LeBron James unless it's going to be in a trade scenario. Because I believe, in this scenario, Pat Riley talking about LeBron can come back. I believe he's talking about in free agency, he'll be able to come back to the Heat. But I don't see that happening in free agency next season. The only way they get LeBron is if they trade for LeBron. And if they're going to trade for LeBron, that means they're going to have to give up Bam. They're going to have to give up Tyler Hero. They're going to have to give up Kendrick Nunn. First-round picks for future years, Are the Miami Heat, or let me know in the comment section, for the Miami Heat fans, are y'all willing to give up all of your young players, all of your picks for LeBron James? And even if you offer all of your young players and picks, I still don't think it would be worth it because the Los Angeles Lakers, if you look at what Rob Pelinka is saying, the Lakers are focused on winning right now. They just said, Rob Pelinka, he just said that the Lakers' main priority right now is keeping the core together. So I doubt the Lakers would even be willing to accept the deal with all of your young players and picks. I don't even think they would be willing to accept the deal. Even if you offer Jimmy Butler, if you throw him in the deal and all of your other young talented players and picks, I still feel like the Lakers, they wouldn't accept it. And even if they did accept it, and you trade all of your young players, role players, Jimmy Butler, picks, even if you traded all of them for LeBron is 36 years old, guys. He's not getting any younger. And you just seen what happens when you don't have role players on your team. Look at what happened to the Lakers. When role players don't show up, and Kyle Kuzma and Caruso, when those are your role players, you lose. So if they get LeBron, they're going to get average role players on the squad, and then they're going to lose just like the Lakers just lost because you just gave up all of your role players. So honestly, if you look at any scenario, I just feel like the Miami Heat getting someone like LeBron James, it just wouldn't be a smart deal for both sides of the table. I feel like there's no way this deal works. You have trades, free agency. There's no possible way that this works, and I feel like both sides get a bad deal out of this. If the Lakers get young players and picks, it's not good for them because they have AD right now who's in his prime, okay? They should be focusing on winning right now. They don't need to be focusing on getting picks and young players like Tyler Hero. So Heat fans, Laker fans, let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. I might be too hard on this. Do y'all feel like there's some possible scenario for LeBron to return to the Miami Heat? You know, in his prime years, LeBron James on the Heat. Yeah, I didn't like him. I was a Spurs guy. I liked the San Antonio Spurs, and I was rooting against LeBron James. But I can admit that while LeBron was on the Heat, it was some of the greatest basketball you could ever see. He played defense, he played offense, he was amazing, chased down blocks, athleticism, crazy dunks. He was doing all of that. But LeBron James, 36 years old right now, he's not that same player anymore. And I just feel like that this wouldn't work. But if I'm wrong, convince me in the comment section below. And if you agree with me, tell me the reasons why you agree with me. So like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 1K. I'm out.